Let's have a camera. So this is my handheld camera, which I'll use at trade shows. It's a Sony A7RV with a Zeiss 18mm, so I can get close up to the subjects. On top of it, I have the Kondor blue handle, along with the new Atomos Ninja Ultra gelled undone purple cable. I have a grip on the side, which is really cool. And I will have the Manfrotto connection on the bottom because everything I use on the rolling stand has that little cool Manfrotto connection. Never used this top panel yet, so it's still in the box, brand new. It does have some area front connection in the front, some Ari pins. Makes it sort of top heavy, but, and you should always use a little Allen wrench to tighten, which at the moment, I'm not going to be doing this, but. So this gives you access to the record button, which I think is pretty cool. And this might be the way I do it. A little top heavy. So we have this in the very front, which makes it top heavy, which I don't know if I like top heavy. And we can also move it to the back. What's nice is it comes with these little reducing thread things, which I'll move this one to the front so I don't lose it. So this is just an example of me doing a talking head video with a slider. It'd be cool if they had the threads in the back too. Battery. So having the battery on it prevents it, but what I would do is not have the battery on it. The Sony A7RV handheld. I'll be using this for trade shows. For handheld, I use the A7R5 for still photography. I do headshots, corporate and trade show headshots. But what's nice is it can be a still camera for still photography or an amazing up to 8K video camera. All has the same S-Cinetone, S-Log3, or S-Cinetone, I guess it's called. So all 4 cameras can do S-Log3. Each camera does have a tentacle sync. I had to stop the video just to jerry-rig this together. I have a wide cable by Tentacle that allows me to use this Sennheiser mic MK400 for scratch audio. What's cool about this is it has a little bit of a dampener inside, and it goes right into the Kondor Blue A7R5 hot shoe off to the side, so I can have the audio right next to the handle. I do own this handle for a number of years, or at least minimally a year. So if I would have bought it now, I would have it be the black version, but I own it. On top of it is a Atomos Ninja Ultra, which has the EL Zone system. It is being powered by the Core SWX Power Edge battery, which has an LCD below. At the current load of the camera trickle charge along with the Atomos, we currently have 1 hour and 48 minutes of runtime, and the battery is 83%. So if I start with 100% battery, and this camera is only used when I go handheld at trade shows. Like I mentioned, all of the connections on the whole interview stand. Also, it would be really cool if any of the companies are watching. once you make one of these base grips 99 watts, then that would give me a lot more time, and a lot of other people that want to do handheld battery to keep their camera fully charged or trickle charged, and also if you have a monitor on top. So if you can make a 99-volt battery or 99-watt battery instead of like a 67, that would be amazing. So this is the A7RV 18mm Zeiss lens, a Sennheiser MK400, Tentacle Sync E, the Y splitter. So it's a Y splitter, so you can plug in your timecode, Tentacle Sync E timecode to a audio and to the Tentacle to the camera. So I can see timecode is on channel 1, generating timecode channel 1, and then channel 2 is this mic, which I can see the levels. We have a Atomos Ninja Ultra on top. I'm going to move this slightly out of the way. Now we are most likely on the audio from the Sony going directly into the camera. Having the grip, I was doing it this way at trade shows, which sort of makes me at an odd angle. This way I move the handle down, so it's pretty much exactly opposite of the hand grip. And at trade shows, I have the continuous focus on, which I have it centered. So now instead of trying to look down at the LCD, I can look at the monitor, which should make me a lot more stable. And I have to remember, when you're hand holding, it's better to go, you have to go very slow. And if I want to do a quick check, so right now, the slider and camera is gray. I'm now changing the exposure. I have to keep it on 60. So at 2.8 ISO 6400, and the cabinet to the left is gray. I see green. Be nice if I was in EL zone. Now we're back in business. So I see green. The slider is green with some green, some gray. It is light and dark green. And if I go open, I can see on the left side, camera left, the cabinet is gray, which is 18%. I see yellow and green on the camera, and also green on the slider. I am now at 3.5. The slider is green. The camera, I can see yellow, green, and gray. So that looks like it might be a great exposure. And at 2.8, slider is green and gray with some yellow. Yellow means half stop over. Dark yellow means half stop over. Gray is 18%. Light green is half stop under, and dark green is one stop under. So that's not too shabby, and I can quickly see that. So once I get the exposure, I can just turn that off. And now on the sides, it should be blown out. But you can see the new slider going back and forth with the 8 hammer. So this is my handheld, not lightweight, but hopefully by being slightly heavier, hopefully I'll go a lot slower and not just whip this camera around. But having the side grip, which I have not used on a trade show yet, is much easier. I can keep my elbows in. I can rotate my body. If I keep my elbows in and my arms slightly bent, I feel like we have good control. And I feel like The grip is pretty much parallel to the right-hand side. So this is my handheld camera. Let me know what you think. Like I mentioned, we have the Manfrotto, all the cameras, even the slider, with the exception of the A camera, because the A camera does not get removed from the rolling interview stand. But the FX3, FX30, and this A7RV, based on the conditions, most likely 99.9, the camera that's on the slider won't be removed. But having it on the Manfrotto makes it quick for mounting. Plus it keeps it high enough so it misses the control thing. So far it's super quiet. I really like the video slider top rig S60. Now if they want to make an S80 or S90, 36 inches wide, please sign me up. Okay, Kondor Blue, Black Raven A7R5 cage with the top handle that has the trigger. You can hit record on the trigger, which could be handy to have. The Sennheiser NK400 for scratch disc audio. I think there's a good spot for the tentacle. It's out of the way. I think this is pretty nice. Feels pretty balanced. Not a bad rig for an A7R5 with audio, time code, and outgoing monitor via HDMI with the Gerald Undone cable, which he gifted me at last year's Pro Fusion Expo. Very nice. I think this is definitely something I'm going to really like.